Welcome to Promethea Yoga. My name is Alina, and today I want to show you how to do Croc, which is a very fun pose and not as bad as it seems, at least for this kind of modified version. So the first thing you're going to want to do is give your wrists a nice warm up. Make sure you do some circles, maybe some little wrist push-ups where you just are in tabletop and keep your elbows straight and lift the wrists up and down. If you don't feel anything, make sure your elbows are straight. And if you still don't feel anything, take your knees back into more of a plank, and that'll make this harder. You could even keep your legs straight if you want. Could do a little bit of stretching with the elbows straight, a little bit left and right. Just getting the wrists all warmed up. You could also stretch them out with the fingers pointed towards the knees, elbows straight. Fingers would be probably kind of close to the knees. Again, just taking the shoulders a little bit left and right. Just a little bit of a warm up to make sure we're not asking too much of the wrists before they've had a chance to wake up. And then also holding like a plank could be good for warming up the shoulders a little bit. Maybe a couple of push-ups. Down dog plank as well could be good, just to get yourself warmed up. Maybe a little side plank action here. And then when you feel like your shoulders and your wrists are nice and warm, whatever you want to do to warm up, we'll go ahead and give it a shot. So the main thing is that your elbow is going to be underneath your ribs. So the elbow is sort of how we're leveraging our whole body weight here. So that's really important. And your bicep becomes like a shelf. So you'll want, if your arm is straight, nothing can rest on the bicep. If your elbow is bent, then you could set a cup down on your bicep. So those are the two main things you're going to want to make sure you've got going on. So first we can try this in sort of like a plank situation. So with the elbow tucked in towards the belly button, at least on the ribs. And then maybe let's take the left arm out in front of us, arm straight, right elbow into the rib cage or belly button, bend that elbow, and then you could just try to straighten the legs out here. Get your right elbow nice and bent, leg straight, and that way we're already kind of supporting what will become the croc. Oh yeah, it could also be good to do some Superman types of warm-ups because we are gonna need to lift these legs a lot, so you might wanna just lay on your belly and make sure you feel confident in that leg lift, because that's a big part of this, and the chest too. So maybe just getting those muscles a little bit warmed up, because the next piece of this is indeed lifting the legs up. So the leg straight is kind of just like a testing the waters to see how this is going, but to actually lift up off the ground, I think it's easier for your knees to be bent to start, but you could try either way. You could try from the plank and just lifting up, or you could try bending the knees. I'm gonna show you with the knees bent because I think it's easier. So here we go, elbow tucked in, bend in the arm, and then maybe just hovering the knees with the knees bent a little bit. Could take one leg up, could take the other leg up. You could try taking both legs up. Woo! And if your head touches the ground, that can be a part of it sometimes. And then eventually, you lift the other arm off. And I'm not quite there yet, but maybe you will be. So I just wanted to show you kind of the mechanics of it, and you can play around with it, make different shapes, play around with your legs. Leg straight is a little bit harder, and you should probably do both sides, so let's do both sides. And maybe I'll try a straight leg variation for this one. Hand planted, elbow into the ribs, lower and down. And that's Croc. Make sure you stretch your shoulders out afterwards. Hands on blocks can be a nice way to do that. Or you can take your hands on the wall, and that can be good too. And remember to have fun with it. And if you ever wanted my help to train these things, have me look at your body, your situation, one-on-one, I do offer those online, so you can book a consultation call with me on my website. I also have yoga practices on my website you can try. There's also different yoga practices here. I just have 30-minute short ones on YouTube or hour-long ones on my website, and you could also try yoga nidra meditation with me. You could subscribe here. Lots of different ways to work with me. If you live in Philly, I teach classes here, so let me know what you need and how I can help. Feel free to ask questions in the comments too. Thank you.